Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Madhava ki, Shri Radha Radhanath ki. Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Pariprakacharya Stottara Shata Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, BBT founder Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Samstapakacharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Mantra Upasaka Srila Prabhupada ki, Senapati Bhakta Srila Prabhupada ki, Preeminent Shiksha Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrakacharya Stottara Shata Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Premsa Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki. Shri Shri Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Dham ki, Ganga Maya ki, Yamuna Maya ki, Tulsi Maharani ki, Sama Veta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Gaura Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 17, entitled Maharaj Prithu becomes angry at the earth. We're reading text number 10 and 11. You can repeat after me. Vayam Rajan Chatarena Vitapta Yatagnina Kotara Stena Vriksha Tvam Adya Yata Sharanam Sharanyam Ya Sadito Vritti Kara Patir Na. So we'll do verse number 10 together. Vayam Rajan Chatarena Bitapta Vayam Rajan Chatarena Bitapta Yatagnina Kotarastena Vriksha Yatagnina Kotarastena Vriksha Tvam Adya Yata Sharanam Sharanyam Tvam Adya Yata Sharanam Sharanyam Yasadito Vritti Karapatirna Vayam Rajan Jatarena Bitapta Yatagnina Kotara Stena Vriksha Tvamadya Yata Sharanam Sharanyam Yasadito Vritti Karapatirna Vayam Rajan Chatarena Pidapta Yatagnina Kotarastena Vriksha Tamadya Yata Sharanam Sharanyam Yasadito Vritti Kare Patina Vayam Rajan Jatarena Pitapta Yatagnina Kotarastena Vriksha Tamadya Yata Sharanam Sharanyam Yasadito Vritti Karapatina. Vayam Rajan Chatarena Bitapta Yatagnina Kotarastena Vriksha Tamadya Yata Sharanam Sharanyam Yasadito Vritti Karapatina. I'll read text number 11. Tano Bhavan Ihatu Ratha Venam Shuddhaditanam Nara Deva Deva Yavana Nangshyamaha Ujitorja Vata Patistvam Kila Loka Pala. Word for word translation. You can repeat after me. Vayam, we, Rajan, O King, Jatarena, by the fire of hunger, Abhitapta, very much aggrieved, Yata, just as Agnina, by the fire, Kotara stena, in the hollow of a tree, Vriksha, trees, Tvam, unto you, Adya, today, Yata, we have come, Sharanam, shelter, Sharanyam, worth taking shelter of, Ya, who, Sadita, appointed, Vritikara, one who gives employment, Pati, master, Na, our, Tat, therefore, Na, to us, Bhavan, your majesty, Ihatu, please try, Ratave, to give, Anam, food grains, Shuddha, with hunger, Aditanam, suffering, Nara Deva Deva, O Supreme Master of all kings, Yavatna, lest Nang Shyamahe, we will perish, Ujita, being bereft of, Urja, food grains, Varta, of occupational engagements, Pati, bestower, Tvam, you, Kila, indeed, Lokapala, the protector of the citizens. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki. Dear King, just as a tree with a fire burning in the hollow of the trunk gradually dries up, we are drying up due to the fire of hunger in our stomachs. You are the protector of the surrendered souls, and you have been appointed to give employment to us. Therefore, we have all come to you for protection. You are not only a king, but the incarnation of God as well. Indeed, you are the king of all kings. You can give us all kinds of occupational engagements, for you are the master of our livelihood. Therefore, O King of all kings, please arrange to satisfy our hunger by the proper distribution of food grains. Please take care of us, lest we soon die for want of food. Purport. It is the duty of the king to see that everyone in the social orders, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, is fully employed in the state. Just as it is the duty of the Brahmanas to elect a proper king, it is the duty of the king to see that all the Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, are fully engaged in their respective occupational duties. It is here indicated that although the people were allowed to perform their duties, they were still unemployed. Although they were not lazy, they still could not produce sufficient food to satisfy their hunger. When the people are perplexed in this way, they should approach the head of government, and the president or king should take immediate action to mitigate the distress of the people. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmeritam Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. In Vedic culture, there are various administrators that make sure that the universe runs smoothly. They are called devatas. Prabhupada would translate the word deva as demigod. In the Western education, these supernatural, highly elevated beings are understood to be gods. Gods who have equal power to each other. So it doesn't matter who you worship, because all results would be the same, which is a false understanding. Some gods are more powerful than others, and certainly none are equal to or superior than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The universal administrators are the demigods, and some of them we know very well. Vivaswan is the sun god who provides light for our existence. Indra provides rain. Vayu provides us our air supply, and so on. Likewise, every planet has a deity in charge of it, like Soma, who is in charge of the moon planet, Shanidev, who is in charge of the planet Saturn. It is understood that Shanidev is the son of the sun god and the elder brother of Yamaraj. The planet Venus in Sanskrit is called Shukra, because Shukracharya is in charge of it. It is sometimes described that Shukracharya is a devotee of Lakshmi. So the planet Venus is sometimes called Mahalakshmi. In that way, we can see that the gods run various departments in the universe. And just like we have gods, we have goddesses who also take charge of various administrative posts. Some of the famous goddesses include Saraswati, the goddess of music and learning, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, and Durga, who is the personification of the material world. Likewise, there are goddesses who are unknown to us, that appear randomly in certain pastimes. Shri Shri Radha Radhana ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. In Krishna book, there is a pastime where Dwaraka is attacked. A demon came with a huge airplane and an army, and it just so happened that Krishna wasn't in his kingdom of Dwaraka. So Krishna's eldest son, Pradyumna, led the Yadus to defend the kingdom. Meanwhile, Krishna was actually visiting and staying with the Pandavas in Indraprasth. At that time, and somehow or other, Krishna had a bad feeling, and this feeling led Krishna to bid farewell to the Pandavas abruptly. Immediately, Krishna got on his chariot and raced back to Dwaraka. There Krishna found the battle between the Yadus and the invaders still going on. And so the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, entered the battlefield. Krishna had killed Dantavakra, who is described by the Shastras as the reincarnation of Kumbhakarna from the Ramayana. At some point in the battle, Krishna was about to kill another enemy, but it's described that Krishna suddenly turned his face away in disgust. Actually, what had happened was that just as Krishna was about to kill his enemy, suddenly a goddess appeared to protect her devotee. And she appeared with nothing on. She was completely naked, no clothes at all. And it was described that Krishna was disgusted. So that was one random goddess that appeared in scripture. And there is another one mentioned in the Mahabharata. As you would already know, the Pandavas and the Kauravas had practically entered a state of no reconciliation, and they were preparing for war. Still, the Pandavas, headed by Yudhishthira, wanted to handle things peacefully with Duryodhana. Krishna was sent to Hastinapur as a messenger to negotiate peace between the factions. Knowing that the negotiation was going to fail anyway, Krishna still followed the instructions he was given and went to talk it out with the Kurus. As Krishna predicted, Duryodhana had rejected Krishna's proposition, and instead Duryodhana and company tried to take Krishna prisoner, but they failed. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, revealed his universal form to the Kurus, and thus he mitigated Duryodhana's attempt to capture him. At the same time, Krishna had also scared the Kurus, particularly Duryodhana. Duryodhana was so agitated that he doubted whether he should carry on with his preparations for war or cancel it altogether. So he left the kingdom to find a secluded place where he could meditate about life. Duryodhana kept questioning himself. Is Krishna God? If Krishna is God, then it doesn't matter how much Duryodhana increases his forces, he will still lose in the end. So Duryodhana was leaning towards giving up his hold on his throne as the king of the world. Then something happened. What happened was that a goddess had appeared before Duryodhana. This goddess grabbed Duryodhana's subtle body from his gross material body and dragged him to another planet. And this planet was inhabited by the Danava demons. Here the leader of the Danavas began encouraging Duryodhana to go to war with the Pandavas. Like this, we can see that there are gods and goddesses who are in charge of different posts in the universe, whether we know who they are or not. And in the same way, this planet also has an administrator that is widely known as Mother Earth. Her name, according to Vedic culture, is known as Bhumi. Bhumi is first introduced to us at the very beginning of Krishna book. In the very first chapter, it is said that Bhumi had transformed herself into a cow and approached the demigods for protection because the demons had overburdened her, the earth, by taking birth in Kshatriya families. So the demigods and Bhumi, headed by Lord Brahma, went to the shores of Shvetadvip, the abode of Lord Vishnu, to seek guidance, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead responded through the heart of Lord Brahma and gave out instructions. He told the demigods to also appear in the families of Kshatriyas, and he told them that he is going to appear as a descendant of the Yadu dynasty. And as you know, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared as the eighth son of Devaki and Vasudeva in the prison house of Kamsa, and it culminated in the Mahabharata, where all the Kshatriyas had died except for the 5 Pandavas. Prior to the events that took place 5,000 something years ago, Mother Earth personified, Bhumi, in the same scenario, had approached the demigods for protection because the planet was overburdened with a different kind of evil being. The world was overrun by Rakshasas, headed by Ravana. In the same way, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said that he will appear in the Raghu dynasty, and he instructed the demigods to take birth as monkeys. This led to the events of the Ramayana. In this chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam and this verse, we find that there are no Danava demons, there are no Daitya demons, no Rakshasas, no Yakshas, and no Pishachas, who are regarded as evil human beings. They are simply not present in this pastime regarding Prithu Maharaj. But Prithu Maharaj is taking a very drastic action against Mother Earth personified, Bhumi. That is what this chapter is about. Maharaj Prithu is going to become angry at the earth. The question is why Prithu Maharaj is becoming angry at the earth. Bhumi is a very dear devotee of the Lord, always taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the devotees. The devotees describe Bhumi as the consort of Varahadev, the boy incarnation, and in that way she is understood to be Lakshmi. So why is an incarnation of Godhead becoming angry at the earth? The answer is in this verse. The citizens of the kingdom are starving to death. In the beginning of this verse, we see this analogy. Just as fire burns in the hollow of the trunk of a tree, which dries up the tree eventually, in the same way, the material body has the fire of digestion within it. And just like any other fire, it needs fuel to burn. If you don't give it fuel, the fire of digestion the fire will start eating the nutrients of the body. From an external point of view, a starving body really does look like it is drying up. And eventually the body will appear as skin and bones before the person leaves their body. From another perspective, at least from a superficial view, Prithu, who is a king, is meant to be a father figure to the citizens. He is meant to see the citizens of his kingdom like his own children. On the other side, the Vedic literatures say that there are 7 mothers. The first one is the biological mother. The second one is the wife of the guru. The third one is the wife of a brahmana. The fourth one is the wife of the king. The fifth one is the nurse. The sixth one is the cow. And the seventh one is the earth, which is personified as Bhumi. So Bhumi is meant to be seen as mother, but she has the responsibility to see that all living entities that live in this world as her children. Now we see that Prithu, who is the father, is getting angry at Bhumi, who is the mother. And so we have a "why didn't you feed the child" situation. Maharaj Prithu gets angry at the earth. Now we can't just see this pastime from one perspective. We have to also see things from the perspective of Bhumi. There has to be a reason why Mother Earth is withdrawing her resources, which in turn has caused the population to starve. Bhumi begins to explain herself in the next chapter. The reason why she has kept hold of the world's resources is because the resources are being exploited by atheists for sense gratification. All the resources of the world are meant to be used in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in devotional service. What's happening here in this pastime, we are experiencing it firsthand within this age of Kali Yuga. In the last canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the 12th canto, which is called the Age of Deterioration, there's a few chapters that make predictions as to what will happen in Kali Yuga. Overtaxation, people moving into the forest because it's too expensive to live in human society. The governmental leaders will become rogues and thieves, and so on. In the 12th canto, there's a chapter entitled Bhumi Gita. In this chapter, Bhumi explains the nature of the people who are trying to exploit the earth. What we experience right now in Kali Yuga and what is happening during the time of Maharaj Prithu is exactly the same. The difference, however, is that we don't have a capable leader like Prithu Maharaj. Who can correct the situation of the earth. But we do have the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, who presented to us the Srimad Bhagavatam, and along with it, this wonderful pastime of King Prithu. At the end of this pastime, there is a boon, a benediction that enables the hearer to become a capable leader. In the beginning of the purport, Prabhupada says, "It is the duty of the king to see that everyone in the social orders, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, are fully employed in the state." Then, at the end of the purport, he says, "The president or king should take immediate action to mitigate the distress of the people." In this verse, the people are pleading to Prithu Maharaj to mitigate their distress. And in the verses to come, we are going to see Prithu Maharaj take action. And the action that Prithu Maharaj takes is so drastic that Bhumi, Mother Earth, personified, is going to run for her life. There are some points that can be made regarding the points that Prabhupada has mentioned. The king, who is a Kshatriya, has been given authority over the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. It is the duty of the king to make sure that his citizens are properly engaged. And if any citizen, be it a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra, is deviating, it is the duty of the king to take appropriate action. If a Brahmana commits a crime, the Kshatriya is meant to dish out appropriate punishment. This means that the Kshatriyas can punish the Brahmanas when they get out of line. Dharma Shastra actually gives a list of adequate punishments for Brahmanas who have questionable behavior or actions. It is the duty of the king and his Brahmana and Kshatriya associates to make sure that the verdict is carried out appropriately. Unfortunately, in our modern history of 500 something years, there has never been any punishment for the Brahmanas, and it has led to the ruination of Vedic culture. There has been the inauguration of upper sampradayas. Which appeared during the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. There has been the ideology of bloodline carried out by the Smarta Brahmanas. And in recent times, there has been several fake incarnations of Godhead. In the history, going further back, there was a time when the Vedas were banned from ever being practiced. At the time, the Brahmanas were abusing the Vedic injunctions by slaughtering animals in the name of sacrifice. So an incarnation of Godhead had appeared to put a stop to that, and that avatar was named Buddha. According to the Vedic literatures, no matter how bad the crime committed by a Brahmana is, the Brahmana should not be put to death. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are a few pastimes where Kshatriya kings took very extreme actions and accepted bad reactions as their personal sacrifice by killing Brahmanas. For example, in the 6th canto, there's a pastime where the demigods are engaging a Brahmana priest in the performance of a fire sacrifice. Aside from Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, all other demigods are Kshatriyas. So in this pastime, the Brahmana was directing the fire sacrifice on behalf of the demigods, headed by Indra. And everything was seemingly going well. But this Brahmana also happened to have family relations with the demons. Secretly, while offering oblations to the fire on behalf of the demigods, the Brahmana priest would also offer oblations on behalf of his demon relatives. Unfortunately, Indra understood what was going on, and without hesitation, he beheaded the Brahmana priest. In the short term, Indra accepted the sin of killing a Brahmin, but in the long term, Indra had prevented the demons from gaining any more power through Vedic rituals. In another scenario, we have Ashwatthama, the son of Drona Acharya, an unworthy Brahmana, but still a Brahmana. Ashwatthama had killed the 5 sons of Draupadi, and Arjuna had chased down and arrested that Brahmana. In that part of the pastime, Krishna instructs Arjuna to kill Ashwatthama, Despite what the Vedas say, Krishna is instructing a Kshatriya to kill a Brahmana. In relation to this pastime with Prithu Maharaj, the Vedic literatures say that a woman, no matter how atrocious she is, no matter how horrible her behavior is, no matter how bad her sinful actions are, she should not be punished with death. But what's going to happen in the verses to come, after the king, Prithu Maharaj, identifies the crime committed by Bhumi, he goes after her with the intention to kill, despite her being a woman. Bhumi even takes the form of a cow. In Vedic culture, the cow is a very sacred animal, which is meant to be given protection. And despite that, Prithu Maharaj still doesn't relent. As the saying goes, to remove weeds, you have to remove them by the root. Qualified Kshatriyas don't do half-done jobs. If they are going to fix something, they are going to do it thoroughly so that there are no more problems in the future. In this case, Prithu Maharaj is addressed as Lokapala, protector of the citizens. And Prithu Maharaj is protecting the citizens from hunger by going after the person who is causing the citizens to starve to death. I'll stop over here. Any questions or comments? Granta Srimad Bhagavatam ke, Srila Prabhupada ke.